If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. It actually happened. Kendrick Lamar released The Heart Part 5 before dropping his new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, this Friday on May 13th. We speculated about this. I made a video going over all the evidence we had for The Heart Part 5 actually coming out, and today it was finally, the case on a Monday, which is, unusual, but I'm just really happy that we got this, and of course, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's jump straight into this and see what we can learn about the new album on Friday from this new single. So Kendrick Lamar released The Heart Part 5 as a single on streaming services today and as a music video on YouTube that also plays a very important role in this whole thing. Let's first look at the basic, information for this. When you look at the streaming version, we obviously have an album cover, which is a bunch of, hands just kind of flying around in the air. It looks pretty cool. And those hands, have a little bit more importance when it comes to the video later on as well, because as I already said, this thing does have a music video. The song is 5 minutes and 42 seconds in length, so not like a, short song. It's actually a pretty long one. It has in total, I think, 4 verses, but it's more of there's no hook to it. It's just verses all throughout, so you can't really distinguish the different verses by themselves, but there does seem to be a structure in this song, and that is based on the different personalities Kendrick takes on during the course of the song. Now, the music video, first of all, starts out with the black screen that says, "I am all of us, Oklahoma." So we are again seeing this new role, this new persona that Kendrick has called Oklahoma, that he will be rapping from, that he'll be representing on this new record, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And the important thing that is like the unique selling point of this video is that there's some what you call like the deep work on the faces, like when you can morph your face into another person's face, and Kendrick does this over the course of the entire video. The video is not very eventful in itself. It's just Kendrick standing in front of like this dark canvas and rapping. That's basically the whole video. But when you watch his face, you can see that he morphs into other people. Those people that he morphs into include, for example, O.J. Simpson. We have Kobe in there, Kanye, Will Smith as well. Nipsey was also one of the ones. It was the last one. So it seems like Kendrick is taking on all of these personalities of, big, impactful black people. And this again goes hand in hand with the intro to the video, which says, "I am all of us." So he is representing the entire black community in a way, the entire African American community, and he's rapping from the perspective of every single one of them. And this is also displayed through the verses. When he morphs into these other faces, into these other people, you cannot just tell that from the fact that his face changes. By the way, go watch that video. It's really cool how that's done. But you can also tell it from the lyrics. For example, when he morphs into Kanye, he raps about being bipolar. When he morphs into Nipsey, you can actually see him rapping, or hear him rapping from his perspective, talking about that, make sure that my kids watch my interviews, and Sam, I'll be watching over you. Sam being Nipsey's older brother, who has been in charge of his estate ever since he passed. So Kendrick is really taking on the personalities of all these people that he's representing in the track. So it's not him rapping from his own perspective, even though at some points you can definitely see that shine through as well. It's not like there's a completely objective way that you can look at the song and be like, it's not Kendrick at all. This is all also just Kendrick's, interpretation and view of things, obviously. But I think he does a very good job at stepping into these different personalities and rapping from their perspective. And I hope that we see more of this on the record, because obviously what's very interesting now is what we can learn from this new single and also the video about the album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, that's dropping only in like 4 days now. The first thing that kind of popped into my mind first listening to the track is it's going to be very politically socially, societally charged again. The last time we've had this, like in this raw, blunt version, was on To Pimp a Butterfly, for sure. Every verse you could dissect and, get something out of it that had to do with the current state of the world, of America, of our political situation, our social situation. Kendrick taking subliminal shots at a lot of stuff on that album, and not just subliminally but also very openly. It was a very interesting album to listen to, arguably probably his best. On Damn, it was more so in a very abstract, artistic way, and I hope that on this new record, Miss 'Em Around the Big Steppers, it'll kind of be a combination of both. I like those very abstract type of songs lyrically, and I like when Kendrick just goes into very artful, creative space, but also when he's just out there talking about the problems hand on. And we can't expect every song to be this way. Of course, there are going to be some more lighter tracks, some more fun tracks on there, even though I don't think that they will be, lighter and kind of surface scratching. They will still have some, deeper meaning to them, just like Kendrick has always achieved this by making these mainstream sounds but packaging so much charged content into them. And so I think that this will continue right on with this new record. The instrumental for this new track did have some very, jazzy, some soulful influences to them. The whole thing, which is interesting to note because I've talked about the producers first couple of videos ago, this was produced by Beach Noise, and, there's also people working on the songwriting that have, credits on a lot of tracks by Baby Keem as well. So it's really like, the whole PG Lang thing is just coming into fruition again. And also the entire video was directed by Kendrick Lamar himself and also Dave Free. So in the end, you can see a screen that says directed by Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar of PG Lang. So again, he's trying to push PG Lang as like the label or the output source through which this album is coming out. I've made a very good video, a very interesting video going into what PG Lang is a couple of days ago that I recommend you go check out. I put a lot of effort into this, kind of like a little documentary of what PG Lang is and what we can expect from in the future. So again, he's trying to push the PG Lang label and name out there again, which he's obviously been very busy doing, but now is on a whole nother level, putting it at the end of the track. So new Kendrick Lamar track, The Hard Part 5. Go listen to it. Go watch the video. Very interesting with all the deep face work or whatever you call that, deep work. And you can probably dissect a lot of stuff out of it. The lyrics on Genius are not even fully transcribed. There's still some some annotations missing and stuff like that. So if you want to get on that, be free to do so. And let me know what you think about this in the comments. I think that's the most interesting part in this, the sort of conversation about what this means for the record. Do you agree with some of the assumptions I've made, some of the educated guesses I made, or do you completely see that differently? What are your general thoughts now on the album, now that we have The Heart Part 5? And I guess it finally came true. I guess I was right. A lot of people said the heart only has 4 chambers, not going to be a 5th one. It actually did come true. So all of your thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.